Nick, welcome back to some more Satisfactory. We're here at dusk, and Nick, I have done probably too much work between streams.
Wow.
On the base here. We're at the stage in the game where everything is done at such scale that doing any small thing requires a lot of time.
Effort, flying around, thinking,
farting around,
resource. Yeah,
exactly.
If
Thinking
you try and
resource.
do anything, if you try to do anything in an episode, it takes 2 hours to change one thing, right?
Yes, that's correct.
So
I'm not gonna lie, man, and the people watching this are probably well aware of this like situation, but like I will, because I think people will say, you know, why have you not done this in episode? And like the thing is that I go to do something outside of an episode, man, and it takes me like 15 minutes, and then we start recording these videos, and we get nothing done. But
I think that goes to show the extra brain capacity required to speak. Most often about something completely different while trying to also think about what you're doing.
Yeah, or maybe just the lack of brain capacity between us, man.
Yeah,
who knows?
Yeah. I mean, that would most likely that.
So, first things first, I think I mentioned at the end of the last episode, setting up this automation for heavy modular frames, which I have gone ahead and done. So this is now up and running. Look at how dense, man. If you throw your hover pack on and just kind of come on up to the top here. This area is like real thick with machinery now. Like this, the back area at least is so densely packed in, man. It's quite something. So all of the screws, modular frames, and steel pipes, as well as, I guess, encased steel beams. Yeah, these are all being sent around to here, Nick, and we are making 5 of these heavy modular frames per second. This was one of the first things I did after the last stream, and so we are now actually banking up quite nicely on heavy modular frames in this the storage crate here. On top of that, over here, I moved concrete production up. I don't know if you remember, we had like 3 assemblers down, or sorry, constructors down next to the concrete miner underground. I've since upgraded the concrete miner to tier 2, fully overclocked it like all of our miners, and then I've moved the constructors up to the surface here, just because they kind of fit nicely into this awkward space that was left.
This is really good. These have kind of been placed in a thinner block longitudinally, right, from the back to the front of the base. So
yeah,
these
that's
fit quite nicely.
The thing.
Yeah,
so like it's because I started out with the iron section, then did the steel section, then redid the steel section, then redid the iron section, so we ended up with this kind of weird thin gap in the middle, which I have hopefully somewhat elegantly filled out with concrete production. So there's nothing new here really, outside of maybe like 2 more or 3 more constructors to handle the increased limestone throughput. But that's making concrete over here. Everything else in here I think is basically the same, and kind of for the most part, anything that doesn't have a sign isn't really being made with any like reliability. Right?
Okay.
So like computers are not being made with any reliability right now. Over here, I think, are these stators? No, these are versatile frameworks. They're not really being made with any kind of reliability right now. Same with the modular engines as well that we have over here. But hopefully we'll get to those pretty quickly. The next thing that I did, Nick, if you hit respawn here, is something we talked about a little bit in the last episode. And that is over by Gigapower. I have taken all of our, I do this every single time.
You left your hover pack on, Isaac.
I have, yeah. Thankfully, you can kind of switch part with, if you switch before.
You can, yes. I have. Yeah, I have done that before, actually. I have switched kind of halfway through, and it has worked for me to get to Gigapower at least.
I died anyway.
Have you hit the floor?
I don't know what happened there, because I didn't seem to get that much on my jetpack. But
I've done that a few times. I can't lie. Oh, hello. Okay, I am at Gigapower.
I've taken all of the polymer resin, Nick, and the good news is that because of the setup that you've made here, Nick, we have a staggering number. If you look inside of the awesome sink, I don't know if you're on the top here, but
let me come over.
We last time I checked had like 25 tickets. We have 32 tickets, Nick, inside of the sink.
Yo,
because you were dumping like 1,000 polymer resin per minute or something.
Yeah, there was a lot going in here. 30 refineries worth just getting completely sent, right?
So you'll notice that this is useless now, though. It's disconnected. It's not receiving anything. And that's because if you go down, Nick, what I have done here and actually, this is a bad place to go down. Let's go down. I don't know if you're anywhere near me, but there's actually a
find you.
hypertube over on this side, which I put down to let's go down. But I've taken all the polymer resin because, as we saw, if you combine polymer resin in yet more refineries with water, you can make both rubber and plastic,
right? Yeah, that was a alternate recipe, wasn't it? A hard drive.
Was that an alternate recipe?
I
don't know if that was an alternate recipe or if it was just like a default recipe. I actually can't remember. But either way, over here we have basically 18 refineries, which I calculated was the number that we could run based on the amount of polymer resin that we're making. And so on the right-hand side, we have plastic. On the left-hand side, we have rubber. I think we are making the exact amount of both, because we get 20 per minute of both of these, so we're doing the exact same amount on both sides. But more polymer resin is used for the rubber than for the for the plastic than the rubber. The plastic uses 60. The polymer resin uses 40, but in the end, it's all a wash because we make 20 per minute of each per refinery, so it's all the same all the way down.
Output, right.
Yeah, this is all like water pumps on both sides, pumping into the refineries. And then here we have like a little excess thing, so that once we're fully backed up, which we are now, all of the polymer resin still ends up going to the awesome sink eventually to get deleted.
Okay. Nice. This is very good. This is very good.
So along that same line, Nick, you may also have noticed there's a new train line over here. I've run a train line all the way out to this area of the base.
Now this one I didn't spot.
Yeah.
Hello.
So if you just hit respawn here, man, and go back to the hub, there is a new train line. And it comes in kind of down the side, because thankfully, again, along with a lot of our stuff, man, straight line, basically, from here over to
straight over,
to oil.
Okay.
Not perfectly straight, but surprisingly straight here. And the plan is to kind of bring this in. Next up, Nick, continuing on here, I have completely relayed the main train track to be a single line. There is no longer a loop.
The main line that goes all the way to
all of the line,
the way to production and oil and
that's correct.
Aluminium and all that area, like all of that zone.
Yes,
it's a back and forth there now, Isaac.
That's
is what
correct.
You're saying.
Bingo.
Wow. Okay.
So, because I didn't like the train station we put down last time because it kind of forked off to the left here and then was kind of awkwardly placed like in this gap. And so I have tweaked this to be a single liner because that means now that we can kind of branch off in this direction and we can kind of just keep adding train stations to this branched system, right?
It's like an actual train station.
Exactly, yeah.
That's how it works, isn't it? If you ever look on like Google Maps at a train station, you see all of the lines splitting like this to platforms.
Bingo.
Right? So
small tweaks have been made. So here I've reduced the number of carts. And I've also had to kind of, the most awkward part about all of this, man, was the contents of what was going into which freight platform flipped because the train now goes in backwards to the other station.
Yeah, okay, I see. I
had to do some rerouting here, but I have essentially condensed this train down. Before, this one train was also carrying sulfur and silica, and I have taken sulfur and silica off this train. I've also taken plastic and rubber off this train. It was carrying way too much. And so my thought process here, Nick, is that we can kind of set up another train to take silica from here down to the main area, because again, all the trains can kind of run on the same platform at the same time, right? And we could also set up a train that moves sulfur to where it needs to go, because sulfur doesn't actually need to come back here. Sulfur only needs to go between the Atlantis Middle Island and where rocket fuel is being made to actually power the rocket fuel, right, and make the compacted coal. So that only needs to go that far. It doesn't actually need to come back here. And then I was thinking plastic-wise, we can set up a train that kind of comes from the new area, brings plastic and rubber here, and then also maybe potentially have a second train that also brings plastic and rubber specifically from the old plastic and rubber production over to the same area, so we can kind of unify our plastic and rubber production and just streamline our trains a little bit, you know?
Yeah, okay, that sounds good. I'm going to have hopefully a pretty damn high amount of plastic and rubber then.
We would hope so, man. And that kind of takes me to what we want to work on actually today, once we have the trains kind of ready to go. And that's in the top right here, man. We've got these fused modular frames and we've got supercomputers, right? Both of those are kind of next up on the production chopping block. So if I throw down a manufacturer here, we don't really have computers automated at all, right? And so that's kind of step one. We did unlock the recipe for the alternate Caterium computer, so we can make that with Caterium wire, which we do have automated, but we could probably enhance with overclockers and better miners. And then we just need circuit boards, which we can also make with Caterium, although somebody did say that... a hard drive scan is complete. Thank you, game. Someone did say that although there was a recipe... I don't know if we've, like, missed it on the electrode circuit board. Yeah, so, like, we did unlock a recipe that allowed us to make circuit boards with oil and Caterium, right? In the same way that we unlocked the recipe, the alternate computer recipe, Caterium computers, I think we've also unlocked Caterium circuit boards, which I think might be done in an assembler? Yeah, so it's just Caterium.
There it is,
and
plastic.
Rubber. Yeah, oh, plastic, yeah, I get them confused every time. Chat is also right that under... the hard drive library here, we do have an electrode circuit board, which is just made with rubber and petroleum coke. And petroleum coke is just another oil product. So there is actually a recipe here that just basically turns exclusively oil into circuit boards.
Into circuit boards without any Caterium or copper.
Exactly. No intermediary whatsoever. We have already unlocked the recipe for the Caterium circuit boards. Like we already, paid that hard drive cost, I guess. But... I think an important lesson in life, Nick, is to not sunk cost fallacy it and just double down because we've already made the choice, right?
Yeah.
So I guess the question is whether or not it's actually worth it. This makes 5 per minute, which is less. The other one that we have unlocked makes 8.75 per minute.
So specific. Yeah. Okay. I suppose it's the input items per minute that there's like a divisor there, and that creates the output items per minute. But yeah.
Oh yeah. So it tells you here that this recipe takes 20 rubber per minute and 40 petroleum coke per minute, and makes 5 circuit boards per minute.
Okay.
Right. That's the recipe for the alternate recipe. So this one requires way less plastic, but does require 37.5 quick wire per minute, right? And so I guess the question really is, how limited are we on Caterium, right? Because I think that it's way easier for us to tap into more oil than it is for us to tap into more Caterium.
That is true.
Right?
That is
so
true.
And so I'm thinking it might be worthwhile doing, because then if you look in here, the computer recipe requires 52.5 quick wire per minute. And again, I'm pretty sure that that's going to be the limiting factor as to how many of these we can put down and how many computers per minute we can make.
Yeah. I hear you. We don't want to kind of over Caterium-ify this production of computers, right? We don't want to go from having copper or something like that be the limiting resource to Caterium by changing all of the recipes behind the computer itself to
require
Caterium.
Exactly. I'm going to quickly go check how much. I'm going to do like some number crunching here, man. I'm going to check how much we are mining per minute with the Caterium miner. And then, obviously see if we can upgrade our overclocking, because I actually don't know what we've got going on. I was going to say, yeah,
because that might be a severely outdated miner. It could even be like a freaking Mark 1 or something. I don't know when it was that we started tapping into. Oh, is it Mark 2? Okay.
Crazy.
Is it a pure node?
It is a pure node. Let's go.
Is it overclocked then?
It is not overclocked.
Oh, so there you go then.
We can overclock it, man.
Exactly, yeah, that's an efficient increase in extraction.
Okay, so that's going to take us to 600 Caterium per minute, which means I'm pretty sure we're going to need a full service belt upgrade to tier 5 on this thing.
Is that 600 Caterium ingots per minute?
That's 600 Caterium ore per minute.
Oh my god!
Is what what we'll be getting.
The amount of quick wire you can get out of that
is going to be staggering.
Yeah.
So the Caterium is then smelted. So you take it does condense down. So 3 Caterium ore makes 1 Caterium ingot, right? So already we've gone from 600 down to 200 in terms of our
ingots.
Yeah. So 200 ingots, and then in the constructor here, it multiplies them by 5. So we would essentially have 1,000 quick wire per minute, or the capability to produce 1,000 quick wire per minute, right?
Okay.
Which is an awful lot, man.
That's a pretty good amount.
Like, I think it's
good amount.
Too much to just make computers with. Because the manufacturer here needed what, like 50, 57 or something?
52.5.
52.5, yeah, what an awkward number.
Very awkward.
But that means that we could run like, what, 20 of these?
Almost, yeah, 20 of these.
Right, which we're not going to do.
As long as you don't use Caterium in the circuit boards, right? If you use
that's
oil
the thing.
in the circuit boards.
That's what I was getting at, yeah. So if we did want to just like use our Caterium just for this, that'd be like 20. But I think 20 is like, we're not going to have 20 of these down.
Require
right?
that many computers.
We have 2 down for heavy modular frames, right? So at most, I would think we'd have like 5 of these for computers, right? For now, at least. And so,
then maybe it is okay to use Caterium.
That's what I was going to say, man.
Yeah. That should be okay.
It makes them faster. It would just be more condensed, I guess, right?
Yeah. So you wouldn't require more oil-related infrastructure. You wouldn't have to transport any oil around. You wouldn't have to transport any circuit boards around. It's a bit easier. You don't have to use pipes, basically.
Yeah, that's true. It really depends on how scalable we want it to be, right? Because like we could in theory go back to the oil area where power is being made, because we are tapping into quite a few nodes there. But I think we do have more oil over by gigapower that is untapped, right? We could go and get even more oil, make the circuit boards over there with just oil, right? And then train them back so the circuit boards are made elsewhere. And then that leaves us the possibility here in the future of actually making more computers as and when we need them. Just kind of preparing for the future, I guess.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think it's not worth it, or?
There's a freaking silicon circuit board recipe as well, which is not a very good recipe. I don't think it requires copper sheets
and silica.
And silica, yeah. I think we should Caterium wire all the things.
Okay.
I think we should do that.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. I'm on the
executive decision has been made. We're gonna Caterium wire all the things. Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, then, I assume that we probably want to move Caterium wire and smelting production in-house.
Yeah, and move the Caterium wire access from like this lodged in the side of the base, wherever that is, to somewhere more official and accessible. I think would be a good idea.
In the mem, there's no like alternate Caterium. Can I search Caterium? I can.
Like an alternate Caterium.
There's a tempered Caterium ingot recipe. So it says tempered Caterium ingot. It takes 6 Caterium ore and 2 petroleum coke to make 3 ingots.
Bloody hell.
Is that any good?
Let's have a look.
Oh, that's like that's a divide by 2 as opposed to divide by 3, right? Currently it's 3 ore makes 1 ingot. This is, instead of being 3 to 1, it's essentially 3 to 2.
2 to 1.
Oh, 2 to 1, yeah, sorry, that's correct.
Yeah, but you need the coke.
Yes, and a foundry
as well.
Yeah. Sure. Okay.
Yeah, God, there are. It says I don't know if it's like our luck, which is why we have so many different computer and circuit board recipes, or if we scanned loads of hard drives in that phase. I think that might have something to do with it. Yeah, because there was a point at which we would just before people told us that hard drive scanning would show you things up to the level that you'd unlocked, right? We were just finding hard drives and scanning them, finding, scanning, and that was probably approximately in this like zone of milestones, right?
Even by the time we got to that milestone, though, like we should have had like a much larger pool. So I think it is also just kind of a luck element, right? We've got a question to be answered here, Nick, because right now we've kind of got a design language where like we work from the back side or the east side of the factory to the west, right? Like all of the raw processing is done on the east side, and then the more advanced manufacturing is done on the west side.
That's correct. Yes.
But then like the only spot, quote unquote, free to be used for Caterium is all the way at the back past steel pipes. It's like basically as far away but basically as far away from Caterium as it's possible to get.
That's true. That is true.
Like the Caterium is the exact opposite end of the base to where this is. And so do we want to run a wire? Like, it's not going to be impossible to run a wire over here. And it's probably the case that that computers are going to end up being made somewhere over on this side of the base. But what do you think?
As they kind of are already.
Yeah.
I think we just have to back it, don't we? And run it over here.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh,
in that case, could you like just build out a platform, build out this factory a bit further in this direction with concrete?
Yeah. I've got quite a bit.
Whilst you do that, Nick, I'm going to go get some alclad aluminum so I can upgrade the Caterium belt, and I might reroute the belt actually, because the belt kind of comes in at an angle towards this end of the base, but I might kind of reroute it out around the train station towards the end of the base that we actually want it at.
That's true, actually. So you just bring the line over to this side, basically.
Bingo, yeah.
Yeah. That would make more sense rather than training it to where everything else is coming in and then having to run a belt anyway, when you can just run the train.
I did also redo the nitrogen train as well. That line, that horrible line that we set up last time has been.
I did notice there was a nitrogen tank full of nitrogen here.
Yes,
like at the base. So I noticed that had been set up, and it was full. So I assume that's kind of working. And as soon as you start taking nitrogen out of that current that tank that you put down, that will refill, and then we can get that whole thing going, basically. So yeah, it's pretty good. It is good.
Yeah, I know you're not here, but the train line that comes down like past the old oil area goes in a straight line now, and it's kind of set up quite nicely to kind of continue on forward to where aluminum is. So we should be able to add another train station that brings the aluminum back much more efficiently as well fairly soon as well. That's another reason why I wanted to add, I wanted to redo this line, because I didn't want to add aluminum to the already massive 9-cart train that we already had.
Yeah.
And so making it just, back and forth. Chat is right that there are some downsides to the back and forth bit. Our track is currently split into quite a lot of segments, but there are, the more trains you add to this, the more it does slow down, right? Because everyone's trying to use the same line, and obviously no two carts can be in the one segment.
Exactly, those block signals, right? They'll stop before they use that main section of the line.
That's true, but the more block signals you have, the less of an issue that becomes, right? Because obviously if you had just if you had 3 blocks, one at one end, one at the other, and then one in the middle, that would be a problem, because you'd have a lot of, if one train was in the massive long middle section, then the other train couldn't go anywhere. But because we have so many little blocks along our line, trains can all be in those blocks.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Nick,
I think as long as the things get to where they need to go, in a decent capacity,
yes,
it should be fine. And the trains go quite fast, right?
That is true.
Still. And the capacity is pretty high.
I do think that we are going to potentially run into that issue at some point, probably soon, where just because of the, hello, my friend. Who are you trying to attack? You know that I have a rifle, right? Get out of here. He didn't know I had a rifle. It was concealed.
Someone trying to accost you, Isaac.
Yeah, man.
In the park.
Dude's hey, he's trying to sell me something, man. Asking me if I've been missold PPI. Jeez.
Oh my god. Dude, we have built our base to the edge of the map.
Yeah.
Where coal is.
Yeah.
We are at the edge of the map here.
Yeah.
Is there a point here at which we can no longer build? The game stops us? You can't just build over the abyss anymore?
Yeah, I think there will be a
world end?
A world end. I don't know where the world end is.
No, I'm not sure.
But I think it's pretty close.
Yeah, we're not far from it. I can't believe we're building over. I'm building over original coal right now.
Yes,
which is insane.
That's crazy, right?
That is insane.
Also, I unlocked something new, man. And by unlocked, I mean I figured out something new recently.
Go on, unlock something in the mind.
Over in the hub, right, where the character customization screen is, we as early access backers of Satisfactory, Nick, we have access to a golden deconstruction gun, man.
Oh.
And I have it equipped.
Oh.
So now when I go to deconstruct, if I press F, I've got this, F? Yeah, if I press F, I've got this golden deconstruct gun. Yeah, exactly. And it says, thank you for supporting Satisfactory in early access. And I said, you're welcome, game. Thank you for the golden gun. Yeah.
Gosh.
Crazy, man.
Does it I want it to not work very well either, like the original deconstructor gun from back in the Satisfactory.
I thought you were going to say I wanted to not work very well like the original Satisfactory.
Like the original Satisfactory game, yeah. Oh, dear. I mean, You said it, not me.
I don't think it was that buggy, man.
It was quite good. It was quite good. It was quite good. I mean, apart from the trains and the vehicles and not being able to build Zoop and not being able to get rid of things en masse,
and the lack of the lack of dimensional storage, man.
That as well. Dimensional storage. MVP.
OP, man. OP
MVP of this playthrough, as I've said previously. Oh man, I'm going to once I've like built out the rest of this base extension, I'm going to get rid of all of the foliage that's popping through, but then I'm going to do an experiment. And let's just see how far I can actually build, like how far this actually goes, like how far it's physically possible to go out. Because we are like, there's a little island here which looks a bit weird. I wonder what's on there. I wonder if there's any like special goodies. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go have a look.
Okay.
There's like this weird island appendage. And I want there to be some like Mercersphere or like, you know,
that wouldn't surprise me.
Power slug or something like that.
Black power slug.
Gives me 500 power shards. Watch there be nothing on here, man.
That would not surprise me, man. It wouldn't surprise me if you couldn't even get there.
Okay, well, there's no Mercerspheres. There's no power slugs.
Right.
And there's no Sumer sloops.
Right.
So yeah, I think there's nothing on this little island.
Can we build out there though? Is that legal?
Let me try. Yeah, you can.
Why is this?
So we can at least come out to this island, if nowhere else.
Okay, so let's have a look here then. So we, I guess, are getting 600 Caterium per minute, correct? And we want to smelt that 600 Caterium into 200 ingots that we're then going to turn into 1,000 cable, right?
Yes, roughly, yeah.
There's no other use for Caterium, right?
I don't think so, apart from power pole Mark 3s for our own building, or Mark 2s even.
But I mean, like the ingots. No, so there isn't currently, but like there's a lot of alternate recipes that we've not unlocked here. Like if you look at Caterium in the recipe book, there's like a lot of question mark recipes. But like I guess for now we are just going to turn all of our Caterium into ingots, into wire.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Because I wonder if those question marks also cover alternate recipes that we haven't researched yet. You know what I mean? Like alternate recipes for random things that would use Caterium instead of something else, rather than something that we're about to unlock in tier 9, for example, that would require Caterium. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I'm doing so. It's 33.3, 33.3333333. That's correct. Okay, I'm just doing some needless tweaking.
Nice.
So I need 15 smelters, man.
Woo. Okay. Good job we're building out here.
Yeah, right.
There we go. I'm going to square this off nicely, and then I'm going to get my chainsaw out.
Thank you. It's much needed. It's a bit. Oh gosh, it's a bit foliage dense around
yeah, it's
here.
a bit foliagey out there, isn't it?
How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I said 15, right? And then
I actually forgot the number you said.
11. Yeah, that sounds about right. 12. I think we got 13, 14, and 15. So originally I needed like 13.333, but that was under the assumption, of course, those are all down backwards, Isaac. Why wouldn't they be? That's fine. Give me a second. Originally I said I needed 13.333, but then I've underclocked these machines so that they so we need 15, a nice even number.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, look, you've got your area here is very foliagey. Here we go.
It's
right.
super
I'm on the case.
foliagey.
I'm on the case. Oh, there's an evil guy here. Hello, mate.
Is that how have I gone back? We can rescan hard drives, chat, but the trouble with rescanning hard drives is that like you take a bad recipe out of circulation, it means you can just get it again. Is the advice that we've been given. And so like if we are, unless we're looking for a specific recipe, I don't know if it's necessarily worth it to rescan for a hard drive until you're like after something, if that makes sense.
The thing is, I guess we don't know what we're after, do we? Because we don't know what potential alternate recipes could appear if we rescan a hard drive. You know what I mean?
That's kind of true. I mean, like to an extent, we are, sometimes informed by the people watching of recipes that are valuable in some sense or another, but it is true that like if you want, you can just go start rescanning hard drives and see if we get anything good.
I was gonna say I would be up for like the grand re-roll, like looking at stuff that we might earmark like 2 or 3 things that we're like, oh, maybe we will want that in the future, but then everything else re-roll, like in Plate Up, just a grand re-roll.
Okay,
and see what we get.
Do you want to do that now?
Right. I will do that. Yeah, I will do that. I will do that because I'm assuming.
I think you're here or not, but I'll put a map down for you.
Nice. I'm just underneath you. Yeah.
What else is new? Can I get like a It's the grand reroll.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand reroll. We're here to reroll all your recipes. We're here. You got a recipe you don't like. We're gonna reroll it for you. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
The thing is that I assume it's going to be a bloody 10-minute wait on all of these. So
no. There's no wait. I think it rerolls instantly.
There's no wait. Okay, right. I'm just gonna. Shall I reroll everything?
Well, yeah. Let's have a look. Can we? Is there like a pin system in the hard drive library? No, there isn't. Okay.
There isn't, unfortunately. So we can't pin stuff we want to keep.
So, up first, are we doing basic iron ingots and bolted frames? These are the first 2, right?
Yeah. I'm re-rolling it. I'm hitting it.
Okay, go for it.
Boom.
Okay.
Oh.
Interesting.
Okay.
So
very interesting.
The ability to use pipes for steel beams, for encased industrial beams, is actually pretty good.
Kind of cool. Yeah.
It's the grand reroll and then the emojis in the chat. I don't know about overclocked supercomputer. Like, it might be useful.
Yeah, because I don't know what the current recipe.
You can hover over the small icon.
Okay, so it requires computers and AI limiters and circuit things and plastic, and that gets boiled all the way down to just requiring radio control units, which we have been making, and cooling systems, which is some stuff and some liquids in a blender, which we haven't kind of delved into yet.
Chat is right that, like, man, further down, when you said, like, if we can earmark some recipes to keep, there was only one that I had in mind, and that was I think it's like halfway down near the bottom, actually. Iron pipe. Turning iron ingots directly into steel pipe.
Oh, sure. So you can combine that with this encased steel beam.
And then it's just iron and concrete makes encased industrial beams, man.
Encased industrial beams. That is pretty good. Okay. We'll keep that one then for sure.
Okay.
Okay. So then next one down, we've got rigor motor, heavy oil residue. No rescans left though. Can't rescan it, right? Tempered Caterium ingot.
Heavy oil residue could be useful, I think, in the sense that, like,
to make Caterium.
To make petroleum coke, because I think right now you only get is it petroleum coke? Yeah. Right now I think you only get heavy oil residue as like a byproduct of making other stuff. Right? Like right now you've got to make like plastic or rubber to get that heavy oil residue, which can then be used to make petroleum coke, and that petroleum coke can be used to make circuit boards. This way you go straight to getting the heavy oil residue with the polymer resin as a byproduct that you can then filter that into rubber or plastic. I think it's basically a way of prioritizing the heavy oil residue over the plastic or rubber, whereas the default recipes do the opposite. You get plastic and rubber, and then that's a byproduct, if that makes sense. So we would essentially turn more of it into heavy oil residue, which would get us more petroleum coke, which could be actually quite useful. But anyway,
I was going to say, this one's fine because we couldn't rescan it anyway. This one's already a rescan.
Yes.
So
yeah.
That's fine.
I'm just saying I think we should maybe take heavy oil residue there over rigor motor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. That sounds good to me.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Alternate tempered Caterium ingots and crystal computers.
Yeah, I mean, crystal computers are actually would be super easy for us because we have crystal oscillators.
Crystal oscillators automated.
But I don't think it's worth it. I think it's I want to keep the crystal oscillators.
Computer.
We need those to make the other thing that we just saw, right? The
The radio control units.
That's the one. Yeah. So I think this is a reroll, man. I don't think we're gonna.
Do it.
Yeah.
Bang. Gosh, we're getting so many advanced things that we've not even played around with yet.
So we can use sulfuric acid with copper to make, I assume, more copper ingots. Look at that. Production rate is 110 per minute on the copper ingots. That's crazy. Again, that might be useful, but for now, I think we can't take either of these recipes because we've got no idea.
Oh, yeah, what they even entail. Okay.
Yeah, right. Like, we've not made sulfuric acid and we don't know what the cooling device is used for.
Exactly.
This next one down is I don't want to re-roll it.
This is your circuit board
That's
one,
the thing,
which you
right?
like the look of. Right, okay. All right, we'll keep this one then. Keep this one.
Next one down. Adhered iron plates could actually be useful. I know we're kind of going through this here, but because right now iron plates require screws, right?
Screws. So this removes screws from the equation.
And I think as we're learning, plastic and rubber are so easy to get, man.
We have just expanded our plastic and rubber capacity, haven't we?
Yeah.
I would be happy to keep this on the
burner.
Chance that we choose adhered iron plates and remove screws from the equation there, because screws are screwing us.
Yeah, even this alternate recipe, man, for plastic AI limiters could
Those
be pretty
are also
good.
pretty good, actually,
Again,
given the Caterium wire. And plastic.
Like if you hover
both
over
of these are nice.
The default recipe already uses Caterium, but this one uses plastic instead of copper. Yeah. And again, plastic is quite abundant for us now. So again, the AI limiter could be useful because that's used in the making of the radio control unit, I think, right? No, it's not. It's used in the making of the supercomputer.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, it's not required for the radio control unit, but the supercomputer sounds right. Okay, we'll keep that one then.
Okay, next one's already re-rolled.
Is already re-rolled. The next one is the one that we want to keep that we talked about earlier.
Yep.
But that's actually also already re-rolled. Yeah, so that's fine. Next one.
Automated miner is interesting, but I don't think necessary.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessary either, because miners aren't that very hard to make anyway. The silica one, it just reduces the amount of quartz required by a small factor. I'm saying re-roll this one.
Yeah, it also makes it faster, but I'm also down to re-roll this, yeah.
Yeah. Bang.
Charcoal. It seems useless.
From wood.
That's what I'm saying. We can't make it.
Battery one, which is
the
fine,
battery
I
one
guess.
looks real nice. Hover over the default recipe for a battery. It needs sulfuric acid, nitrogen, aluminum. We can make this recipe, like the alternate recipe we can make now. The other recipe we cannot make at all. Yeah.
And the alternate recipe is faster by a factor of 50%. It's much faster.
I guess it needs more stuff. Like the other one just needs aluminum and gases, I guess. This one needs
That's true.
Aluminum and plastic and copper and sulfur. But I think we hold on to that one. And that's probably the one we'll take because charcoal's horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. Okay, next one.
Taken.
Alternate for polymer resin. Yeah, this one's no rescans remaining. Yeah, so that's fine.
I guess we're down to
no rescans remaining either.
Rubber.
Yeah.
So I don't think, the one for iron plates is way faster and makes more, right? I think this one's probably actually quite good.
Do you think? Ooh.
The coated iron plate.
I'm just thinking if we rescan, similar to that battery recipe, we might get something that's more late game, right?
True.
That might make our lives easier.
But the thing is, so I guess I'm kind of thinking of it from the standpoint of, do we want something more late game? Basically, as we add more stuff, we need more raw resources, right? And I foresee us having to go 100 miles away to load up a train full of iron plates or bring other iron to bring it back, right? Because by default, we get 2 plates for every 3 ingots. So this, by default right now, we get less iron plates than we have ingots. This takes us from that to double the number of iron plates per ingot. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a 3 to 2
it is very fast.
Going to a 5 to 10. Yeah. Even outside of that, just the amplification. Do you know what I mean? Like right now we get 67%. We get a 0.67 return. This way we get a 2x return, right? We don't, I think it's too good to reroll, man.
Okay, all right. I'm happy to keep that on the basis of the coated iron plate recipe. That looks fine. Next one, I think we should.
I'm down to reroll this. Yeah.
All right. Boom. Oh my god. Both copper. Okay. Fine.
All right. We've kind of got the opposite recipe to the iron here. Right now we're doing iron and copper makes more iron. Here we have copper and iron makes more copper.
But more copper, yeah. Which is interesting actually, because the production rate is 100 per minute.
That's crazy.
30.
The water one's probably pretty good though. Because water's kind of free,
true,
right?
Actually, yeah, no, that's
water's
also
just
true.
Power.
And that's still also a little bit faster by 7.5 per minute.
Yeah, but most importantly, it's you got triple the amount of copper. The default's 1 to 1. This is 6 to 15. It triples your copper for basically just a cost of power.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay, that's cool. That looks cool.
Okay.
And then finally is
I didn't even know we had this alternative. I think we just unlocked this. This is
this is the one we've just unlocked. Yeah, this is the one we've just unlocked. So I mean, we'll look at this for the first time. So this is much better aluminium.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
because right now the silica is not being trained down to aluminum because I changed the train. I could just not reconnect it if we change
so this
the recipe.
completely takes silica out. Dude, the production rate
goes down to half.
That's correct.
But you do get more aluminum per scrap. Right now it's a 6 to 4. It goes to a 2 to 1. No, you get less.
No, you get less.
Yeah, that would be 6 to 3. So you get less aluminum per scrap, but it requires no silica,
which is pretty nice.
It may be. Nice. Like again, I'm kind of concerned about the fact that bauxite is a rare resource on the map, and the bauxite is what makes the scrap. I don't want to. I think it's possible.
You want the biggest yield out of that as possible. Basically.
Yeah, maybe. Even if it involves using the quartz, which I think is more abundant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I see where you're coming from. So, do you want to re-scan this, or do you want to just keep this as is?
You know, Nick,
that's the question.
The boring, safe part of me is like just keep it. But you know what? This is not boring day, Nick. This is the grand reroll. Thank you. This is terrible.
Boom. I mean, yeah, that is awful. Of course it is. It was always going to be Isaac with us saying, let's be more more adventurous.
Turbo fuel. Yeah. What's the default turbo fuel recipe?
It's like
it takes regular fuel instead of
fuel. That's it.
Instead of refined oil or whatever. Okay.
I suppose that's whatever, right? You know what? We have to take some risks. We can always unlock that aluminium recipe later with more hard drives, maybe, perhaps.
True.
That's what I'll tell myself before I cry myself to sleep anyway.
We got some good recipes for the future, I think, though, man.
We definitely did. Yeah, we
definitely some more efficient recipe uses.
Yeah, kind of it reduces the number of different resources required to make fundamental things and important things. Like a lot of these recipes, you use multiple recipes. You only need iron and a couple other things to do an entire tree of recipes. You only need copper to do an entire tree of recipes,
man.
Rather than this and that and gas and about 10,000 other things. Like it is useful. It is very useful.
That's it. Being able to turn iron and concrete straight into reinforced iron ingots or reinforced steel beams.
Encased steel beams. Yeah.
Huge.
It's really cool.
Very
really
good.
Cool.
Yeah. Really nice. And it's going to free us up a lot of, it's going to allow us to make way more steel beams. Because right now, I don't think we're making that many encased steel beams. In fact, they could become a bottleneck in production for some of this late game stuff that we're making. And so the fact that that's kind of going to be fixed is lovely. Could I get you to run power to these smelteries for me, man?
Yes, let me do that. Hello.
Okay, so I have down all 15 of these. We obviously need to connect up the actual Caterium. From there, we need to take, so we are turning 600 Caterium ore into 200 Caterium ingots. Then we need to turn those into 1,000 wire. Now to do that, we got 200 divided by 12 is 16, which is an awkward number, and that I don't like. So we'll do 200 divided by 17 will be 11 points. I'm kind of tempted to put 20 down, 20 constructors for making the Caterium wire. We're going to have such a Caterium wire factory, man. It's going to be madness. 50?
Nice.
50. Okay, fine. So I need 20 of these fudges. So how much are we making here? We're making 200 Caterium ingots. Yeah, I'm thinking, do I want to merge all of these together? And I think the answer is yes. Then we're going to do a big merger.
Beltable, that quantity, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I think we do a merge and split.
Merge and split.
Do a lot of companies merge and then split? Is that like a thing? I guess companies don't really split, right? Usually.
No, companies don't tend to split unless they're asked to by a higher authority.
There.
Yeah.
Like how the police ask you to pull over.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like not often.
I guess they might like split into like departments or like subsections, but
that is true.
But I guess like
and they all pay each other as well. Like from what I've experienced, it's like, okay, if you want this team to do something, you've got to like ask your team to pay their team like through a budget system, right? And it's like a little in-game economy kind of thing. It's actually really bizarre.
I guess they do split if they have like a really profitable section and like maybe a less profitable one. They might split into two companies so that the one section can kind of soar, right? Even if the other one doesn't.
Yeah, the term used is silo, I guess, for
look at this guy knowing the terms.
Yeah, companies that work like that. Yeah, where you've got all like the different areas that kind of do their own different things, and no one talks to each other. That's actually where the term's used, when no one talks to each other. It's siloed, but it kind of also works in that how a company is split into loads of different kind of divisions and stuff like that do all kinds of different things.
You think we should split the Nick and Isaac channel into 2 different divisions?
Yeah, into the Nick channel and the Isaac channel.
I was just thinking the one channel,
we don't talk to each other. We're siloed.
I was thinking 2 different divisions of the same channel, so we both still like record stuff for the channel, but we don't talk to each other during that endeavor. So like you record your half of this episode, and I'll record my half of this episode, and then we just put them together.
And then we just put them together and don't talk to each other.
We have a third party put them together somehow. And we don't
like an editor, right?
Yeah.
Or as we would call them, the mediator, because obviously in this situation we're not talking to each other.
Yeah, for personal reasons.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'll just upload a file that's like, ha ha ha, good one, Nick.
We actually the only way we speak to each other is through the comments to our own videos that we're both in.
Would we get a boost in the YouTube algorithm, Nick, for posting so many comments back and forth?
I think so. Is it allowed to do it yourself? Of course it's allowed. Is it ethical? Yeah, why not? Screw it. Oh, gosh.
Gosh, look at this.
I like it. Yeah, this is quite something.
I think we're going to be making more Caterium than anything else, man.
And that's true. This is the thing, right? When you like ground up, like do something from the ground up, from the base resource to the final resource, at this stage of the game, you can just pump out absolutely loads of that resource.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Caterium, we're starting from the ore level and going through to like a Caterium wire production, right? And whatever comes after that. Stuff to make computers. And because we're so late in the game, we're using alternate recipes and really premium miners and, you know, stuff like that. We can actually just extract so much resource for our money.
True.
It's great.
Yeah, it is great, man. Could you power these constructors as well? If you
yes,
if you have the time.
I will do that. Yeah.
Good.
I
mean,
bring one of these over for you.
It's just one of those things where, as well, at this point in the game,
oh my god,
if you don't, then like you're just setting yourself up for failure, right? Like we could not do this, but why, right? We know that we're going to need more Caterium at some point, so like we might as well just go as hard as we can with the resource we have available.
Yeah.
And then, you know, hopefully kick the can far enough down the road that we don't have to redo Caterium for a while.
Exactly. It's, no, it's good. It's real good.
Okay, I'm going to go, so that's Caterium wire done, I think. This is all going to make quick wire.
Perfect.
Just add to 50, so it uses 10 each. Good. And then just copy, paste. I love paste, man. Here we go.
You do. Gosh, you're grounding these machines up, man. The amount of paste. Jesus.
And gobbling up all the paste. Chat's right. Have we considered just getting time in a bottle? That's a good question, actually.
God, can you imagine if there was time in a bottle for Satisfactory? We wouldn't need to expand any of our machines. We just go up to like a setup, time in a bottle it, and then it would spit out like 1,000 computers, and then we'd be like, oh, okay, right, that's done.
I think I saw a mod that did that. I was looking at mods. I was looking at the only mod I want is the one that gives you faster blade runners. That's all I want. I want to be able to move quicker. It's such a.
I want a faster hover pack, man. I want a hover pack with the speed of a jetpack. That's what I'm waiting for.
But while I was there, I did notice. I think someone made like an amplifier, like a machine you put down, and it made the machines around it faster.
Oh, cool. That's good. Like an area of an effect.
Area
of effect style thing.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Interesting. That'd be good. I can't imagine that would do too much good for like the server and multiplayer and stuff like that. But,
maybe.
You know,
who knows, man? Who's to know?
You don't know until you try, I guess.
I've got a hard drive.
Got a hard drive?
Yeah.
Yo.
There's me taking part in the grand reroll TM.
I know, and he's got more stuff that aren't even rolled in the first place.
Yeah.
Let me check. Do I have any hard drives?
It is copyright infringement, by the way, chat, if you do your own grand rerolling without paying a license fee. Just an FYI.
Yeah, with the theme tune and everything.
Welcome to the Grand Reroll. Today we're going to reroll all of our hard drives. Whatever you got for us, Isaac.
With the theme tune.
that I've just
yeah. We were the first
signed
ones
to Sony Music Group.
We're the first
Spotify.
ones ever to do. That's us. Okay.
Yeah, that's us. Yeah. You heard it here first.
Yeah, you didn't hear it anywhere else.
Nowhere.
No matter what
Nowhere
anyone else tells you. Yeah.
Don't listen to them. Okay, let me do a little bit more cleanup. So all of your machines should be hooked up to power.
Nice. I have just made it back. I'm going to go and finish up this belt that's bringing the Caterium over so we can actually get this show on the road.
Oh, there you are. Yeah, I'm also in the lower level trying to clean stuff up. There we go. Yeah, get rid of all these trees. Gosh, we have really terraformed the land, man.
The good news, man, is that really underneath all of our terraforming, the land is still fine.
It's still there, and it's still quite lush and green. If this was my back garden, man, and, I built a huge industrial scale factory above it with a space elevator, I would hazard that the ground would be quite yellow and the grass would be
was just
dead.
about to say the plants are remarkably resilient, man, to the lack of photosynthesis.
It's beautiful, actually.
Yeah, it's impressive. What we've accomplished.
Got here. What we've accomplished, yeah. It's all because of us. This was actually all desert before, just barren, desolate land. And we have caused the ecosystem to thrive.
Okay, we are connected up? Question marks? Okay, I thought we were connected up, but I see 0 Caterium on this part of the belt, so I'm going to assume that at some point further back here, a mistake has been made. Let me go see if I can find and rectify said mistake. Oh, there's no Caterium on this belt at all. Hold on, let me...
So a little break in the line or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna go figure out. I'm gonna go do some findings. This
got his nuclear detector.
got a Geiger counter.
Yeah.
This is a surprising amount of copper and iron, man. Fairly close by. Like loads of
that
nodes.
doesn't surprise me, actually.
Yeah,
because this probably didn't used to be what we would consider fairly close by, but now our base is so big it is now everything is fairly close by at this stage. Okay, I have almost successfully cleared up the foliage.
Nice.
I'm going to do like the area where the computers were as well.
I genuinely don't know. Please let me know in the comments if you know where my chainsaw is, because I do not know where my chainsaw has gone. I don't know what happened.
The true mystery of the series.
You were questioning, Nick. Your mystery was where did the aluminum go that you purchased? That was your mystery? That mystery has been solved. I think I used it to make hover packs, man.
Oh, okay.
The requested hover packs were the use case there, I think.
I see.
Basically, as soon as we had it. So that
as soon as I bought it by
mystery
accident.
Solved, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
But I don't know.
That is actually quite good. Okay, we went to a good home then, because I bloody love the hover packs. When I remember to use them. Asterisk, when.
Yeah, they're good to use, man. Would recommend.
They are very good to use. When I was building Mega Power, man, it was so much easier. Okay, let's get rid of these trees here. Well, this is a big boy tree. Get out of here.
Hopefully that's online. I don't think my chainsaw's in dimensional storage. No, I don't know. But if someone knows, if there's like a chest somewhere that I've put it in and just forgotten about it,
I think that's where it's more likely than not to be. Yeah, just a chest. I mean, I can have a look in the.
It's okay. It's not. It's a YouTube channel
storage.
That's challenge, Nick. So the reward is one of those. We'll hit the heart button on the comment. Okay.
Yeah. You know what? I always consider doing that when I see a comment, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I don't know why. I'm not gonna give this person the gratitude, but I probably should, because multiple times where I'm like,
I use it quite regularly. I'm quite free going. With my,
you're free spirited
with my heart comments. Yeah.
You're so just heart heavy.
Just know if you've received a comment, a heart on your comment, it's probably me. It's not Nick. Nick doesn't think you deserve it. Nick wants to make you work harder for the hearts.
Exactly. See, this is where we need to silo ourselves, Isaac. We need to be able to have a way to separate ourselves in liking people's comments through our own channel.
Yeah. Do we have to put like
so people know.
So like we heart the comment, and then underneath we have to reply and just say
reply,
like Nick or Isaac.
who hearted it, yeah. Which, as we alluded to earlier, was probably going to be good for our own algorithm. Maybe if the channel poster leaves 1,000 comments, it helps the algorithm, right?
We'll make what we'll do is we'll make new channels, Nick. All right.
Yeah, and then just the Nick channel and just the Isaac channel. You make just an Isaac channel that's separate to Gaming on Caffeine.
Yeah, who's Gaming on Caffeine, man? I'm just
some northerner Isaac.
You're exposing my alter ego, Nick. This is like, telling everyone that Clark Kent is Superman. Jeez.
Yeah. Or Perry the Platypus is Perry the evil platypus, or the Perry the spy platypus, or whatever the Phineas and Ferb equivalent is. I actually forgot.
Okay, Caterium is coming in. Let's go. All right. So we need to now take the Caterium and we need to produce the circuit boards first, right? That's going to be like step 1, I guess.
That's correct. Yeah.
So we're using Caterium circuit boards, which are just plastic and Caterium wire. Now, currently, Nick, no plastic of any persuasion is coming here.
Yeah, it's so the train is not bringing plastic in at the moment, right?
That's correct.
That's the thing.
Bingo. Yes.
So let me
respawn. So we've got 3 train stations, Nick. I think we need a 4th train station.
Really, another platform.
Yeah. Well, so we've got 3 platforms right now.
In the traditional sense,
we could use this 3rd platform. Like right now, we have one platform which is for Atlantis and its wares. Then we have a 2nd platform which is for nitrogen gas exclusively. And then we've got a 3rd currently unused platform. This was going to be the platform that takes silica to aluminum. And maybe also brings aluminum back, I guess, could be the case. But I guess what we could do for now is change it, because it's not currently hooked up to anything. We could have this be the one that brings plastic and rubber back from wherever from faraway lands.
Yeah. In that situation, do you want to run this train track further south, so it's closer to where all of those computers will be?
You want to go? Wow! You want to break up the straight line setup that we have here?
Do we want it to kind of branch out but then go further?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, and then not have to bow the rest of the way, or do you just want to bow? It's up to you.
We could do either. I was thinking of whether or not there is anything here that already needs plastic or rubber. I don't think there is. Like, I think we are using plastic and rubber, but I think we're using them for like stuff that we're not making, like advanced stuff that we're not actually producing well. Like the modular motors or whatever they're called and stuff like that.
That's it.
Yeah, sure, man.
Okay.
I'm down to clown like this. That's fine.
Okay, nice.
In that case, do you want to build the concrete way further out?
I will do that.
And I will
match this. Here we go.
Train line's gonna go like this. We also need to go put a platform at the other side as well, but that should be fine.
That should be all right. Okay, sweet.
You would hope. Can I do this? I can. Lovely. Gosh, I don't want to jinx it, man, but like for the first time in a long time, we actually like have a lot of resources.
We do, don't we?
We do.
We're doing okay. We're doing okay.
Everything might be all right, man.
Yes.
Maybe.
Okay.
Possibly.
Everything might be okay, Isaac.
That's oh man, research complete. We've got a new hard drive. What happened here?
That's the sound the computer makes when it's when it's finished, Isaac. It's like, got a new hard drive for you.
Okay, we got.
Shall I go have a look what it is?
You're having
a look what it is.
So we've got steel rods, which turns 1 steel ingot into 4 iron rods. And then we've got leached Caterium ingots, which allows us to get, I assume, more Caterium, but at the cost of sulfuric acid. I think this is a reroll, man.
Go on, hit it. Hit the reroll.
So now we've got coke steel ingots, which use petroleum coke instead of regular coal for steel, which could be pretty good, potentially. kind of just uses oil instead of coal to make steel. You get 100 per minute, whereas the default rate is only 45. It does use triple the amount to make less. No, okay, so interesting. So the default recipe is 3 iron and 3 coal makes 3 steel. The new recipe is 15 iron and 15 petroleum coke makes 20 steel, so it's more iron efficient and more coal efficient. It's just a different kind of coal. You do make less per minute per resource, so that makes sense. The default foundry makes 45 per minute. The new one makes 100, but the new one requires triple the input, right? So it needs 15 of each per minute as opposed to 3, and it doesn't make triple the output in terms of speed.
Right.
So it's more efficient,
slower.
but it is a little slower, I think, holistically, if that makes sense. We'll leave it there for now. I think it's not bad. It could be a good recipe.
Okay. All right. Okay, game. I hear you. I hear where you're at.
Triple the amount for about double the output. Is that true? Is it less efficient? Hold on. It's like, it's more efficient. Am I losing my mind? Oh, no, I see. Yeah. But triple the output, triple the input for double the output speed, but it's also triple the input for, like, almost 7 times the output in actuality. Iron is not a rare resource, though. Iron's not a rare resource, but, like, getting all of the iron to the right place is the thing that I'm trying to kind of, like, solve for. I think that's far enough, man, by the way. I mean, I guess you can keep going, but, like, I think.
Yeah, I'm wondering, now do we platform across and actually connect the base to this concrete platform here? Do we go east? Do I build east and connect these two? But like, two areas.
Are you wanting to put the train station down over there, or?
I don't know. That's what I was going to ask you. That do you want to curve this in and build a train station closer to all of those machines over there, or do you just want to belt it?
I think we just belt it, man. Just because of the fact that if nothing
I'll build
else,
anyway. To be fair.
Well, don't connect it in, man. That's going to look bad.
Well, we've got this area.
I need this wider, by the way.
To the right. Well, that's what I'm saying, right? So this.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Oh, sure. In that case, no, we can do that. Why if we come this far out? If that's what we're going to do.
just so we can. But we're less.
Okay,
out,
you
right?
figure that out. I'm gonna go and do the other train station then, because I need to set one up at the other side. Okay, I am coming back, Nick, with oily,
beautiful,
plasticky computer. I feel like we need a better naming system, like a more uniform naming system for our trains. Like
no, I like this complete haphazard.
As things get more convoluted, it's going to be just horrendous trying to know what train station has what products in it.
Has what stuff in it. I mean, this one is very clear, Isaac. All right, this one is incredibly clear. Oily, plasticky for computery. All right.
Okay, the train. I'm riding the train back.
Nice. Yeah, I actually see you in the distance. I'm assuming you're on the one that's just coming down now into the main area.
The trains must be gas-proof, man. Because there's a section of train when I was building it where you do take damage if you walk it, but if you're in the train, you don't take any gas damage.
Oh, very good.
Look at that. Can you believe it? Okay. Moment of truth is you never want to see a train collide, you know?
You don't.
No collisions required. Thankfully, it's pretty easy to re-rail a train after it's been derailed.
That's true. I was a bit worried, actually, that you'd have to, like, delete the train and then all of the stuff would spew out of it.
Pick everything up.
Oh. Exactly, and then, like, put the train back on, put everything back in. There's, like, crates everywhere with all the crap around.
Oh. Okay. We have hit a stalemate here. I don't know if you see this.
That's so funny. Right as soon as you said that, an ad popped up on your stream saying balls in all caps. The timing was impeccable. That was actually incredible.
Oh, what is this?
Oh, God.
Okay.
Right, let me come over to you.
Right. The trouble is, I don't know if you see this. We got a face-off
between two trains, and are neither of these going to budge for each other, Isaac? Is that the situation?
And in fact, I've made even more problems, because you'll see there's another train further on. There's a triple train face-off. I've made very bad mistakes here, Nick.
I see this. God, this looks like a Thomas the Tank Engine like drama scene, man.
You see
James
this?
and Henry, yeah, facing off with Thomas. I see this very much so.
Okay. Turn off self-driving. Nope, don't go that way. This way, forward. Okay. So. Let me take you out of circulation for a second.
Yeah.
And then let me go and...
yeah, now this guy... Now only 2 trains are facing off. No. You stop.
No, he's fine. He will stop. He's not gonna hit the guy. But
okay, this is his block skill, right? So this is a true face-off here.
Yeah, let's take you back into where you belong, which is here.
Right, and now this guy will go where he belongs. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy will continue his journey. So this and this are bad, and this are bad because you can't create a block on the straight line at all. Because if you create a block on the straight line, then it like I just did, then it creates a situation where one train can be coming one way, and then the other train will go forward into the next block, but we'll just wait here, and then you'll get a face-off.
Yeah. So you need the whole straight line to be a single block.
That's correct.
So that only one train is ever on the straight line.
But so the trouble with that, right? I guess it's not that big of an issue, but it just means that like plastic train is going to come to here, right? I don't know where you're at. If you come and look at me, plastic train is going to come to here. And then if long train over there is where he is now, plastic train is not going to go. And plastic train is not going to go into the station until he goes into his next station.
I know what you mean.
Right?
I know what you mean.
This here is going to be red for a very long time.
Yes.
Until that guy goes into a station, at which point he's good to go. For the most part, like, oh, there we go. It's green now, I guess. Like, it might be fine. Like, this will... The setup that we have here, I think, will work in the sense that, like, it's not going to cause collisions.
Yeah. It really does also depend on, like, how much throughput these trains can provide.
That's true. I think the answer is a lot.
Yeah, so even if these are going and they're making their journeys with a lower frequency because of the long straight bit that has block signals, if that's fine, because when the train eventually does make its journey, it does still take all of the plastic that's been made in that time.
Yeah.
That's still okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, well, this is fixed, and so oil is coming in. So let's get these computers going, man. let's figure this out. What have we got over here? So hopefully, a large amount of oil and rubber is about to be deposited into here. Also,
I've set those to unload, so that should happen.
Good. Also, in other good news, like I guess we can add another train that brings oil and rubber from the original oil and rubber and unloads in the same space.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah,
but
these have all been unified, right?
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So over here, I assume that we are wanting to kind of continue this.
Yeah, same design language. Yeah, these are about to be dropped. Over.
Very long. I'm going. Gosh, the worst part is I have to continue this freaking roof, man.
Yeah. Good luck with that. Unless you want this to be some kind of terrace area. Yeah, all of the plastic and rubber has indeed been dropped off.
Nice. So is it's blue to unload, right? Yes?
That looks, yeah, I think so. That's,
okay.
That's correct. The arrows face the correct way.
We've not put this down very well. In that, like...
Does it not align?
I don't think that's straight.
That is not straight. No, that's not straight. I mean, you could do like a...
do we want to move the station, or
do you want to have the belt do a little right-left turn? Right-left turn.
Like, you want it to not be... Like what, sorry? Hold on.
You do, if you have
mean like this?
That's correct, yeah. I mean, that doesn't look particularly amazing. It would have been better if the game had done the right-left turn, like in the middle, or...
Yeah, no, it never does it in the middle, man.
It never does, though, does it?
No, it never does. Okay, well, you know, that's a problem for Isaac to fix when he tears down the train station between episodes and rebuilds it.
Places it back down.
Okay, for now, we'll stick with the little right-left shimmy. Here we go.
Okay. And this one's for rubber then, right?
Yeah, that's correct. So. And I guess like these, so I think two things. One, as per usual, we probably want these to go straight into storage.
Yeah.
And we do have, like, before I connect these up, we do have a lot of rubber and plastic in storage crates further down. I don't know if we want to move those up or just leave those there for kind of future use. I guess we could leave them
I
for
think,
now.
yeah, maybe do that just for our own inventory when we need to
Nefarious skins.
pick up some plastic and rubber for our own purposes. Yeah, we know that we've got some.
Okay, and then we'll go kind of down. I assume we're going to run this under the ground so that we don't have to look at it. We'd have like a belt running across the middle of the platform.
Yeah,
in the middle of the
it's
train
quite a
station.
distance, isn't it?
Yeah. So, okay, we are making in the assembler circuit boards, right? And the circuit boards require, the Caterium circuit boards specifically, are just plastic and Caterium, man, which is pretty good. So I've not merged the Caterium. Normally I would merge everything and then into one container and then extract from there. But the thing is, we're making 1,000 Caterium, which is more than any belt we have can carry.
Oh, yeah. Gosh.
15
but is that
15. Is that right?
Is that all right? Because we're kind of splitting the Caterium between the circuit boards and the final
I'm just saying, normally what I would do is I would merge them all into one container, right? That's not possible with these 15, right? Because of the fact that all of them merged together is more than any one of our belts can carry, I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
Let me give you a second. Let me just make sure I've done this correctly, because we have 600 Caterium ore per minute. Each Caterium ore is a 3-to-1 to ingots. So we have 200 ingots, and then 200 ingots. In here, it was 1 ingot makes 5 quick wire. So then we have 200 times 5 is 1,000, right? So in theory, that's going to make 1,000. Whether or not, I might have done this. I might have foobarred my mathematics though here, because we're actually making 13.3333 per minute times by 15. Are there 15? How many? Yeah, that's right. That's 200. So I'm assuming there are 15 smelters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There are 15 smelters. And so 15 smelters makes 200, processes all 200, makes 200 Caterium ingots. So those 200 Caterium ingots. Over here, we're using 10 per minute, which means I would need 20 constructors, right? Not 15? Yes, is the answer.
Okay, so you need to put down more constructors.
Well, so... Or not. By default, hold on. By default, each one of these uses 12. So I was doing 200 divided by 12, which is 16. So we would need like 17 of these by default. Yeah, I think I then divided that by 20. 1, 2, hold on. I've not put down 20, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, and I need 20 of these. Do we not have space, man?
Yeah, do we need to go further?
Yeah.
A bit further?
16,
okay.
17.
Let me go further.
I was going to say, like, I was crunching the numbers just then, and I didn't get to 1,000.
Here you go.
Seriously, by 200 by 20, I did. 16, 17, I think that's 18, 19, 20, like that. Okay. I think that is then correct. Cool, that's fine. But yeah, so my point was that we can't, like, we could merge these, but we'd have to merge them into 2 separate parts or whatever. So I think we'll just do whatever merging is required for the circuits and then do a separate merge for the computers, right? So
yeah, exactly. That's what I thought when you first said.
Yeah. I was just saying that
single belt couldn't take everything, right? So
everywhere else in the base, all of the base resources are merged together into one constructor before they're split
again,
exactly.
Right? Yeah. I guess we're too fast now, man. We're too fast on manufacturing. So this is good.
So each one of these requires 15 circuit boards per minute, and the circuit boards are made at a rate of 8.75 per minute. So if we underclock this to target a production rate of 7.5 per minute, 7.5? This never works for me. I don't know what, there we go, then I know it's showing up. Okay, fine, 7.5. If we target 7.5, that way it's 2 assemblers per constructor, which I think is like a nice a nice number. The 52.5 quick
good.
wire is horrendous. But if we lower this down, that means that we would need 2 constructors, which means that we would need like 64 quick wire per minute for the circuit board part of the recipe here. And so what is 64 plus 52.5?
116.5?
Yeah, 116.4.5. Yeah. Okay. So 160. So I think 116.5 is what we need per, that's how much Caterium wire we need per computer per minute.
Right. Okay.
And we're making 1,000. So 1,000 divided by 116 means that we could run 8.6. And so I think that potentially we could have 8 manufacturers making computer, assuming that we have enough of the things that are not Caterium wire, like rubber and plastic, which I think we would. So I think in theory we could then have 8 computer making manufacturers, which would make a lot of computers. That'd make 30 computers per minute.
Okay.
It's probably more than we need.
That is pretty good.
Like, it's whether or not we want to go that hard.
I think so.
Or if we,
yeah, that's it, right?
Do you want to half it and do 4 and have Caterium wire in excess?
Left over. Probably. And then we know that if we need more computers for any crazy late game stuff, we can always expand the computers, use up the spare Caterium wire that we've got, and then have the capacity once that backlog's been used up to make, double the amount of computers anyway. So yeah, no,
Okay.
that seems good. That seems good.
In that case, then.
Gosh, look at this. This is wild. I'll copy and paste these machine settings here, assuming these are all going to be doing the same job.
They're not. The new ones.
There you go.
Cool. In that case, what I'll do is I'll split this down the middle. This might be a bad choice, but I want to keep the base design language going in some semblance. I want to have like a thing like this, a pathway, right?
Yeah.
And then we're going to run, of course, our little highly unnecessary walls. So hard to select
Pinpoint.
the walls. You've got to be so close to them to get these guys. But then I want like this, along here. Because then we're going to have these in here. So basically, if we're going to do 4 manufacturers making computers, that means we need 8 assemblers making circuit boards. So 1. Oh, and also I guess here, this is one of those situations, as per usual, where I should use my blueprint. And then we've got 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So if we do like a... we want a 2, a 3, and a 3 is what we want for 8. So we do 2 like that. I'll put it a bit further forward, I think, because I'm pretty sure it has like inputs at the bottom there. And then the annoying thing is that some of this does need redoing because of the way that it's like set up, but it's fine. But this makes life a fair bit easier and kind of pre-solves all of the splitters and mergers that need to go in.
Good. Nice.
Do it every time I click the wrong button. The button is hitch, Isaac. Hitch. Or itch.
Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, nice.
And then this. Like this. Okay, so that gives us 8. So that could, hopefully can make the circuit boards, right? If we change this up. So you're going to make Caterium circuit boards. I want you to make a rate of 7.5 per minute, please. 7.5. Boom. Yeah, cool. Again, we could make excess, and it might be worth making excess. I guess there's also the fact, man, that I think we need circuit boards for other stuff. So
you know what? That's so true, actually. Yeah, that is true.
Like, for now, I'm not gonna close this off on this end. I'm gonna leave it open so that we could potentially make, like, we might end up making even more circuit boards for non-computer based stuff, right?
Okay, that sounds good. That's cool.
Okay, so presumably that's coming in. Nice. That's gonna go that way. Yeah, I didn't think any of these belts would work, but that's fine. Again, this is just again one of those situations where I thought I was putting. It looks like you're putting down a splitter onto a belt, but it just doesn't actually go on the belt. It just goes next to the belt.
Yeah, because people love leaving that as a comment, don't they? They're like, "Yo, just put a splitter on the belt."
Doesn't work. It does work, but it's so sporadic that it's like it's not worth.
Just you're not aiming at the belt properly, Isaac.
Do it. Do it right.
Just put the splitter on the belt. Come on. Just aim it.
You're not doing it correctly, you dingus. Just do it right.
You're not doing it.
Okay. Good. This should work. Nice.
Sweet.
We might need. Are you a tier? I don't know. Like, I assume we don't need tier 5 belts. How much plastic are we needing here? 10. So we've got 80. Yeah. No, the tier 2 belt is more than enough.
It's extremely overpowered belts. Oh well.
Okay.
It's just a bit of aluminium.
And so then we need to put down.
Actually, computerify.
That's correct.
Actually, do the computery of the oily, plasticky computery.
Yeah,
right?
the computerium needs to go down. Look at this, lovely.
But that should be all right. Gosh,
you would think so. So the question is, how much space do 4 manufacturers take up? And does it line up nicely?
Will it fit? It probably will.
It looks like it fits quite nicely. Yeah.
It does.
So like I might again like the it's not necessary here.
It's not perfectly centered.
I probably will center it. It's just like it's not
okay.
hard to center it. Like we just take this last one and kind of shimmy it over.
Yeah,
like
but that way you need
that maybe. Sure.
It would be really nice if you could zoop machines and then do like the equal width thing. You know, like when you're using like PowerPoint and you can spread, or even in Photoshop, I think you can do this as well. You can spread 4 elements with equal distance from each other. It would be nice if you could do that in this.
I've not used PowerPoint in
over
a decade.
I realised that halfway through. I had to change the software. It's like
change your frame of reference.
in the align options, you can spread by width, right? But this looks good.
Okay, I think that's centered. Nice. I hear bad guys, man.
Oh, really? They must be underneath us.
They're huffing and puffing beneath us, man. Yeah. So what the heck do we need here? We need Caterium computer. We just need circuit boards, quick wire, rubber. Okay, fine. So could you run rubber down as well in the same way you run plastic?
Let me do that. Yeah.
Oh, real quick. I'm gonna use a similar setup here to what I did. If you respawn, I want to show you my monstrosity that I'm gonna recreate for you. Okay. So have you respawned? You have respawned.
Hello.
Maybe swap to jetpacks here. So if you go through Pointy Horse, and then kind of head towards heavy modular frames, just right here.
Yep.
Yeah. So down under here, this I call this the Isaac resource matrix.
Oh my god, it's like Spaghetti Junction. Jesus.
It's not.
What?
It's
Look at this.
It's essentially just splitter and then diagonal splitter, diagonal splitter, diagonal splitter.
Yeah. I see what you're doing.
And then you just have here. Because this goes for 2. I'm going to do the same thing for 4, I guess. We're going to need more splitters. But here it's just like, you know, one goes forward, one goes to the side, and then you go diagonal down, one goes forward, one goes to the side. And you end up with this kind of crosshatch pattern of belts, but like because they clip perfectly, everything just works fine. I think outside of doing like an unnecessary, like just a crazy amount of work to try and make it look even nicer, I think this is like a pretty organized way of.
No, I understand what you're doing here. It's
multiple machines like this.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But like how would you? So this is for 2 machines,
yeah,
right?
So for 3, you would just put down another splitter here. Obviously not that way. You'd put it down like this, and so you'd have this go over to here, this going to here, and then you just continue the split along this way.
Yeah.
And then you'd have another splitter.
It's quite similarly aligned, actually.
Yeah.
So you want to do?
You kind of repeat you'd repeat the diagonal line here, and you'd have another diagonal line to split again and again and again.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to do this, but over
you want to do that
for
computers.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
The service level grows ever larger, man.
It does, doesn't it?
It's a ceaseless beast that is never satiated, Nick.
So many like conveyor belt glowing conveyor belts down here, like those little lights. You just look forward, it's insane. It looks like something out of some kind of steampunk movie. It's crazy.
All right, I think though that oh man, we're making
Are we computering?
We're computering. Can you believe it? And then you do this to make it look nicer again. Good.
This is excellent.
Yeah.
So now
Supercomputers.
Let's just crate these bad boys up. Yeah, God.
Because that's what we were like. We've already kind of done this bit, man.
This has just been expanded, hasn't it?
Yeah. Expanded and like, oh, this is not right. Expanded,
made reliable,
actually automated. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, reliable asterisk, not including trains.
That is true, actually. That
bring the rubber and plastic required to
but
make all of this happen. Asterisk.
Yeah, look at this.
Asterisk. So what's up with the trains?
I
thought we'd fixed that, but I guess the answer is no. We've not fixed anything. Also, what the heck do we need for a supercomputer? What are those about? Are those hard?
Computers, AI limiters, plastic, and circuit boards. I want to say it's actually not the worst thing in the world. But, oh, that's it. Sorry, not more circuit boards.
So plastic is fine. We have that coming in. Computers are fine. AI limiters are copper sheets and Caterium, which again is why it's going to be excess Caterium, I guess. And then high-speed connectors are circuit boards. We have to make more circuit boards for high-speed connectors with copper cable and even more Caterium. So it's a good thing we didn't use all of our Caterium to make computers, man, because we need way more of it for other bits. We need
excess. Right, okay.
I'm going to respawn, though, because I want to see what the heck is going on.
Yeah, I'm here. There's more face-off, but it's like it's not quite a face-off, it's more of like a queue. I'm not really too sure what's happened here.
Let's have a look. So... Oh, right. So this guy has entered here, or this guy's waiting here. I see the problem, I think. This guy's waiting here because this... Let me grab one of these. Let me turn off autopilot on you. Turn off self-driving. Let me reverse this guy back where we came from. So the plastic train has been unable to go forward. Okay, the question I have is, why do we have two sets of things here? Like, I feel like this and this shouldn't be necessary. I think that was the problem.
Right, okay.
Now, that's still a problem, though, I think, here. Because... I think, have you picked up a block signal? Oh, I died.
Let me pick one up so I can have a look. So I can see these lines now, yeah.
Let me come back over. Yeah, so you'll see that... Let me put my hover pack on as well so I can actually...
Yeah, I've just done the same, yeah.
So there's this yellow section. I think the yellow section is kind of the problem, because I think what can happen here is that nitrogen train is going to come forward and is going to wait at this green light. It's also possible that oil train is coming this way on red and waiting at this light. Do you know what I mean? Like if oil train is in this section, if he's on his way around, or if anyone's in the red section, nitrogen train's going to wait here.
And then he's waiting in the most high traffic part of the line, and so nothing else can get out.
If I delete these two, I think that fixes it. Because now, again, it kind of creates the same issue we had before, where no one is going to leave their station until...
Yes. I think what you've just done works, because this like red line has to go into every path in some capacity.
Yes.
And now it does, and that will ensure that no train is actively on this main line with another train. I think that what you've done there will have solved the problem.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that will...
And the thing is, I think the red area is not actually as big as it seems. I think the red area kind of, obviously, it kind of cuts off as the oil train, where it turns there. Like, there's only a little bit before it goes to orange, right? And then on the nitrogen train, I think the red section might only go as far as the first nitrogen turn. Okay, you see where the nitrogen train turns there in the distance?
There, yeah, and I see those signals.
I think after that, it changes to a different color. So I think this red section isn't as big as you might think.
Okay.
Like, I don't think it goes all the way over to oil, so I think it's probably not...
It's actually a little bit better.
Bad. Yeah.
That's good.
Good. So
that should be sorted.
Yeah.
And computers are automated.
That's correct, thankfully.
Which is good. Which is very good.
To be fair, we have a lot of computers, man, already. Like, just
we do, yeah, because I was using them to make those control units last time, and even then we had a fairly decent amount of them in play.
Yes.
So that was good. Definitely.
Yeah, I think we've got like 1,000 or something. Like, we've got quite a few of them. I guess one thing we could have done, man, that probably would have made more sense is instead of like we could put the station for oil and plastic could just be on the other side of the house.
I suppose.
Like if we had it, instead of going, because right now it goes around the house, right? It comes in on the north side and then goes round to the west side, because the oil area is over to the east. Do you know what I'm saying? So we could basically have the plastic and rubber line not even intersect with the main line that currently exists, and just have it come
to the correct side anyway.
If they just come in over here.
I suppose that is true, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
If we had a station on this side, we could then just, and it's less belting as well, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, I guess it's done now to an extent.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not worried about it. We can always tweak it in the future, should we need to. But I think it's fine. Are all these working? Yeah, these are all working as intended.
These are all working.
Good.
Do you want to chuck a... oh, no, you already have. You've chucked a crate down here.
And I moved all the other computers that we had.
Okay, nice.
We've not made this many this fast.
Yeah.
But so we got 3.75 times 4. We're making 15 per minute, which...
Not bad.
Is not bad. I guess...
Yeah, not bad.
The supercomputer... the supercomputer requires 7.5 per minute. So we...
Oh, nice.
Like
okay.
we can double
two
this
of
up.
These, basically.
Yeah.
To make 3.7 something weird.
What was it? 1.875 times 2?
That's right.
3.75 supercomputers. Yeah.
3.75.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna look at this, man. Look at this horribleness over here. This.
Yeah, I was gonna say, tear that crap down, man. Tear that crap right down. Get rid of all of that.
Jeez. Look at this nonsense.
Freaking like rocks in the way and stuff like that.
Yeah, get it out of here. Look at this little circuit-making jank-tastic setup that we had with copper sheets and plastic. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Get it out.
Jeez. Freaking jabronis. But yeah, so next time, man, we're supposed to do it today, I guess, but we obviously want to set up supercomputers. Those should be somewhat easy enough. We really don't need to get down our first blender. Man.
That's right. We start making some like fused modular frames and using the nitrogen gas and all that good stuff, right?
Look at this thing. Look at the machinery.
Yeah.
Jeez, this thing's massive.
Interesting.
So here we're going to make those fused modular frames for nitrogen gas, aluminum casing, and heavy modular frame. Between streams, I will probably do some work on getting the other stuff for the supercomputer automated, because it's more of what we've been doing today, right? It's a case of like, this is computer, I want supercomputer. Things like the AI limiters are just copper sheets and Caterium, so I'll probably set a few of those up. And then the same for high-speed connectors. I think I'll set up run the copper cable over and combine it with cable and circuit board so that those are ready. And so I'll hopefully, next time, we can come back and we can maybe immediately set up supercomputer production with just a manufacturer, right?
Yeah.
And then we can look, hopefully, at setting up the fused modular frame production. We already have heavy modular frame. We already have aluminum casing. Right now it's being bought by drone. I think we should probably change that to train and add yet another station so we can bring those aluminum casings back more quickly. Nitrogen gas is already coming back. So honestly, man, both of those should be fairly easy to just kind of like wham bam throw together.
Thank you, man. Yeah. Just have these kind of advanced items start to be made, and then we can
and
get into the meat of the back end of all of these milestones, man.
That's true. We make 1.5 per minute per thing here, so which and that's less than 50 minutes to make all the heavy modular frame required for leading edge production, man. And once we have leading edge production, that's tier 3 miners, man, unlocked,
sorted.
And at that point, we're also not that far, famous last words, away from the end of tier 8.
I think so.
Like at that point, it's just nuclear power and particle enrichment are the two things that we need.
Which will be fine, I'm sure.
I'm a little concerned at the fact that for phase 4, there's a bunch of stuff that we've not even seen yet.
No, we've not even seen it yet. That is very true. We'll worry about that later, Isaac. We'll worry about that later.
Magnetic field generator. Anyway, as you mentioned, Nick, those are problems for future Nick and future Isaac. For now, we're out of time for this episode of Satisfactory.